Well, hi guys, I haven't been painting for a while, so I thought I would continue on with this Jesus painting today. And I'm just going to be doing the next layer. This is watercolor. I'm going to be using acrylics. I have titanium white, burnt sienna, some violet, warm and cool yellow, and some, what's the name of it? Yeah, that's burnt sienna, sorry, and the brown is the burnt umber. I'm not sure if I said that, but anyway, I've just got a jar of water, guys. I've just got a selection of brushes, just all different sizes. So I'm going to I'm sorry if this is the best. This is the best I could get for the viewing. It wouldn't let me zoom in for some reason. So I'm just going to get started, guys. I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm not sure. I'm going to use a small brush because the features and everything on the face are teeny tiny. So I've also got a cloth to wipe my brush on in between, so you don't have too much water in your brush. So yeah, I'm just gonna just start mixing up some color. It's quite shadowed in here, even though right now it looks light in the neck area here. I need to start getting in some warmth in there. It's like a purpley brown, so I've just pretty much picked up some violet with the, I'm just going to call it brown, okay guys, with some brown. And go from there. And just painting what I see. Basically the edges in here are quite dark. Need a bit of water on my brush. Oh. Oh, brushes are not the best, but okay, it's just to get a bit of colour in there, guys. I'm not seeking perfection with brush strokes or anything, just trying to get some shadows in there. Just something in there to show that it's this brush has got to go. That's rubbish. I'm just going to find another one. Just anything other than that. Any other small brush will do. Here's one. Okay. Hopefully this will work out a little bit better. Just using my finger to just kind of rub it in. I want to kind of make up a bit of a skin tone. I'm just going to grab a mixture of all the colours really, including the colour I just made. I know there's a bit of a skin tone colour in here, so I'm just adding that in now. I'm kind of knocking back that purple at the same time. That's good. Now I'm just kind of putting in little tiles of colour. Where I see a certain colour. So the skin's consisting of kind of orangey yellow colours. and purpley brown colours as well. So I'm kind of just working with those colours right now. So at least I'm getting something in there other than the watercolor. We need to start getting our other layers in now. So that's what I'm working on. So I'm always looking at my light, dark, medium, light, medium, dark colors. Putting in a bit of a mixture of colors actually. Until I've got the coverage I want. Going to cover that whole eye, closed eyelid with the darker, and add a little bit of the lighter yellow mixture on the just in the top. Definitely darker near the eye area there. Okay, I haven't felt like painting for a while, so it's now or never, because I have a very busy week coming up and probably won't get the opportunity to do this painting, so I thought I'd better do it today while my son and my husband are at the movies. I thought this is the perfect opportunity for me to get something down. So I've gone back to my little brush and hopefully just to go around these features here. Make them stand out. Smaller brush would be useful, but this is the smallest I've got. Just going around the nostrils there to just define them a little bit. Around the tip of the nose. And it does get quite dark in these areas here. Just going to go around. around the hairline there. Gonna get some beard hair in there. Just gonna pick up a different colour. Just going to get a little bit of black. Don't need much of it, just a little bit. I want to mix the brown and the black. So I want a dark colour, but I don't want it as dark as black. And I want to start getting in some facial hair, and I'm applying it in a dabbing motion just for experimental reasons, for texture. I'm just going to change that colour, that purple I used, to this darker colour over here. And he has a moustache, of course, so I'm just getting that in so it all makes sense. And that nose can then start to pop. Okay, much better. Joining the moustache up to the side of the facial hair as well, the beard. And from here, I think this is when I'll start moving into the rest of the hair. So I've got a lot of, I'll keep doing like a dabbing motion and go looking for areas where I want the colour to be quite dark. It's got a bit of a wave to it, this hair in this picture, so however you want to wiggle your brush around. It's got movement, so don't get too fussy. I'm just going to mix a bit more black and the burnt umber together. Continue on with this darkness. Just going back here. And there's a part here which is quite dark, so and there's areas of movement. I'm just going to wiggle my brush. I'm just leaving some spaces in between for there'll be some orange glowing light too. So it's all quite dark here. So that's dark all the way down to here actually. It goes over here, cover that robe a little bit. Just going to move up to the top of the hair. I think the part's actually here, so just going to paint it in. So it's starting to come to life with this layer. I'm starting a new job soon, so I have my own cleaning business, Sparkle the Cleaning Fairy, but I am also going to be starting a job, a similar role, but I'm working for somebody else within a home care environment. So I'll be cleaning for the elderly and people who need assistance at home. So, and it's also my son's birthday. He'll be turning 8, so I've got a bit of a busy time coming up. So I thought I better get cracking with this painting like ASAP. All right, I'm really happy with how this is coming along so far. I think I'll just go in there with, cover that all up. Yeah, it is in the picture, it is all really solid, so I'll just leave that. Yep, there's a few curly kind of pieces like that. Right, so I'm happy with that at the minute. I am wanting to actually get this colour on the eyebrows to match. So I used the purpley colour before, but let's just get this darker colour in. Oh, bit of a and then around the eyelashes too, get this darker colour. You need kind of a steady hand, but oh dear, it'll do. Doesn't have to be perfect. And we want to get a bit dark up there. Just here in this corner, it's quite dark, a lot darker. Starting to look more like Jesus. Do want to come back in with this purpley colour to really indicate just around the cheekbone area and around the face. I don't want it black, it's more of a shadow. Change my brush and go back in with my warmer yellow browny colour, yellow purpley colour. Just go back in and just kind of put a bit more layers on there. Get those cheekbones popping a bit more. We haven't gone down our nose yet, so better get some colouring on our nose. Oop, that went a bit long. If that happens, just go back to your, made the nose a bit long, so what I'm doing is just coming in under that nose and shortening it again with the darker colour. It's pretty easy to fix. There we go. Now there's like a light mauvey colour, like a light mauve, so I'm going to get some violet and mix a little bit of white. Oh, it's a bit too violet. However, I might mix a tinge of light yellow. It's a weird colour, I can't really, it's like a cool, got little highlights. These are the highlight colours that it's reflecting. From that part area. And then it gets, I'm going to use actually my liner brush, which is like a long thin brush. Get some water on it, and it's requiring more of a goldy highlight on this side. So ideally you'd wait for this dark brown to dry, but I'm really impatient. So I'm just going to kind of start adding it now and just wiggling the brush all around the edges. I'm really impatient, so yeah. Something like that. And it kind of moves up into the hair. More on this side, it's a lot more golden, so I've just gone in with straight warm yellow just for a sec there. Okay. Excuse me. I just need to, let's see, just go in with a little bit more warmth over here. So I've just grabbed the warmer yellow and just adding more of the warmer colour in spots. It might need some brown added to it. Might just mixing all the colours. I just grabbed some burnt sienna as well. It's got that more orangey tone, and that's for more of the shadow areas here. There's some shadow areas, and that way if I can put the shadows in, the lighter areas will pop more. So in this part of the face, just coming over here, gets a bit dark in here. And a lot darker. We'll put some of that actually around the top of the eye. Hopefully my head's not in the way. Okay, I'm going to move on. I'll just add some of that burnt sienna mixture just down here because this is too purple. It's not really matching. Even though in the picture this neck area isn't really matching the face or the hand colour. It's a lot darker, like I said, but it's looking a little off to me. So I'm just adding in a bit of those face colours because I want it to, and just use my finger, kind of meld a little bit better. All right, we need more darkness around the hairline. So under here, I'm just using that liner brush again with the darkest colour that I've been using. And there is darker colour in that area. Okay, I'm going to start moving on to the cloak. But first I want to just get some clean water. So I'm just going to pause. Okay, we're playing again. I've just grabbed a bigger brush, just a flat brush. See how we go with that one. And some of the watercolor had bled down in here. So I just really want to fix up some areas. I'm just going into this like yellowy color that I made before. It's like a bit of a yellow because there is a lot of golden yellowy color kind of coming down in this area, just to block it in for now, just to have something there to pop the colors on. Down here, add this color down here. Oh, this color really did bleed a lot, the paint, so that brush is way too big. I'm going to go to my liner brush because there's going to be a lot of wiggling. I want to make, actually I'm going to go to my small brush. I just have a little bit more control with it. I need to come back in with these, you know, these wrinkles, but first I'm just going to get this bright yellow, like warm yellow mixed with some burnt sienna. I'm just coming in areas where it really does get hit with the same similar color that you can see on the hair. Just in areas, just coming into the folds. Doesn't have to be perfect, just see Yeah. Just okay. Same with this side here. There's some around this side. There's similar kind of bit of glow coming in. All right. With that, I am going to go back to the. I'm going to go to the liner now, and I'm going to make up that brown, dark brown I made. I'm just going to add some white to it. It was the purple and brown. That should give us a good colour. It's like a greyish purplish brown, just as a starting point. We'll see how it goes. I'm just going to wriggle. Start adding in. I need more water on my brush. Start adding in some more defined marks of wrinkles. And they come down here, and making them different sizes is what will make it look more realistic. Go to the, definitely gets a lot darker. I'm going to a bigger brush because it gets a lot. I'm going to add a bit of black to it because it's really dark in this section here under the hands, because I really want the digits of the fingers to start standing out. And a bit of purple to that, tad of brown, and around the sleeve here, around this thumb. It's hard to indicate, but okay, so it starts to get quite dark there. There we go. Just, it's like a road map, so we know where we're going. Dark under here, in here. Scrub it in. It should make more sense. A little bit darker up here, not as dark, but just a little bit dark. And there is some darker spots within the creases as well. So I'll use that darker version and just to get in a few more creases that are a little bit darker. You really have to make sure your brush is quite wet to be able to pull it off. This one's being a bit temperamental, so just want to get in there. Okay, there's a few creases in here. I've added some white just to lighten it up a little bit. Some areas got a little bit too dark. You want to keep going as best you can. And then I've gone back in, add a bit more black because there is some darker areas. I might have to do that. There we go. So I might do this side to focus on this side first. So I might go into the hand now, just let that dry a bit, then we can add some highlight. I'm going to go into the hand. So it's a bigger area, so I can use a bigger brush. First thing I'm going to do is get my warm yellow and mix a bit of my, I had a bit of a burnt sienna mix there. I just want to get in that colour in the areas where I see it in the palm, and I'm going to need a smaller brush soon, but I'll do that now. It's a lot of chopping and changing with brushes. There is a bit of this colour in the thumb area there. And I'm going to get not washing my brush, but I'm just grabbing cool yellow and white and mixing that together. Nice bright yellow because it gets quite highlighted, bright in the finger area. Block those fingers in for now. And in these fleshy patty bits of the palm, it gets a lot lighter. So it might be best to just wait for it to dry for any of this to really stand out. But like I said, I'm impatient and I want to just kind of get in there straight away for now. Okay. And there is this golden glow colour going around right there. I'm going to get into straight violet now, absolutely straight violet. Might add the teeniest bit of black to it actually, like a teeny bit. And it's very, very dark coming under the thumb and down in this section. And I'm going to add some white to it just to lighten it up in some areas. And see, that's changed the colour. And add a bit of brown, mixing the dark again, but with brown, getting a bit of a mixture for this thumb. It's like a browny purple. And it comes all the way down as a shadow for this pointer finger. Yeah, I'm just going to get a bit of black added to that. Make it really dark, a bit more violet. Because that is really dark under there. And around the edges is dark. It's really dark in between the fingers. So I'm going to get a smaller brush, using the same darkish purple, and I'm going to start just going in between, put some colour in between, so it's just separating those digits so they can stand out. I really wish I could zoom this in for you, but it won't work. It normally does. I don't know what's going on there. So I'm just going to come right under the finger there. All right. You can see it properly. And there is some little wrinkles, so I'm going to get my liner brush. Colour that's not that dark, so I'm going to just add a bit of white and violet into my yellow. It's like a light lighter version. So here I've got some wrinkles, probably a bit thick. My brush isn't doing really thin strokes for some reason. That's all right. There is too much glowing around there. It doesn't need, I need to put a dark colour there. Up here, it's too dark. Yeah, we just want a little bit of a glow. Yep, got some shadow, painting in some dark shadow colour now. This will really start to make the hands pop. It's quite dark under here, all the way down. just use whatever dark colours you got. Doesn't have to be perfect, but I've been using a mix of purples, black, yellows, browns, whatever I can find to get this darker colour. Might as well bring it over here for this side while I've got the colour here. Just get it in there as much as you can. I need a smaller brush too to be able to get up into this area here and around here. Oh. That. And in between the finger there. This finger here looks a bit funny. It's because it needs, we need to get a little bit of red on our palette because we need to make a bit of a pink. I'm just going to squeeze out a tiny amount. We don't need much. Pink with some white. Red with some white. And I'll add a bit of tad of brown to turn it right back. Bring it right back. It's like a pinky brown. That's what I'm wanting. And around this finger area, it needs to be rounded off. These parts of the fingers are more of a on the tip. Even a little bit of it up here. Because there's blood flow in our hands, right? So I'm just going to move over to this hand too, guys, while I'm here. Just want to get a layer in. This colour is also going to be added over here. Okay, I'm just going to and this one's not even going to rinse my brush, but I'm just grabbing violet and a smidge of black, getting a nice dark purple for the shadows under this hand. Yeah, painting that little bit of a wrinkle. What have I done here? That's not supposed to be there. Let's take this over here. Just need to right, so there is some darker spaces, so we're just painting in between. Rinse. Now I'm going to get the bright yellow, get those highlighted colours in. I'm just going to go right over, get the lighter yellow painted in real quick. Then we can go in and add the warmer colour. You can do it that way or you could do it the other way around. It doesn't really matter. I'm gonna not even rinse my brush. I'm just picking up a bit of the warm yellow with the burnt sienna, so it's like a warm browny orange. I'm going in for some shadow colour into those palms, just plonking it where you can see it, any shadow kind of colours. I guess it doesn't have to be perfect, just get something in. And if these were a little bit too thick before these wrinkles, so I've just painted over them a little bit. need to go to I'm going to go to my liner brush and get that dark purpley black brown mixture, and I want to just come in around this finger area. Does get a little bit dark in some spots on the tips. Fingers definitely need that warm colour in some places where you can see a little bit of wrinkle. There is some of that colour that needs to go in there, but majority of it is light. Just play around with it. It's looking too light for me on the fingers, so I'm actually going to paint in the fingers completely with this mixture, this darker mixture, and then I'm just going to go in with some light highlights maybe later. Just makes sense to me. They just look a little bit too light. Just need to also notice this one has to make the fingertip more distinct, rounded. So go back to the lighter colour, and you can go in later in some areas. Remember, this will all get finished off with oils as well, so that's a good time to add in real prominent highlights. So I'm happy with that already. Just wanted to do a bit. That makes more sense to me. Okay. Wraps around there. This one goes down there. What do we got going over here? It goes longer down here. Wrapping around in here. A bit more golden light around the thumb. And it does actually get really light up into here. Just use my thumb. Okay. Just a little bit more work done on that thumb. Just want to come in and just define that thumb a little bit more with, I'm just going to grab some brown, some purple, and I'll just want to darken it up in areas. There's a little wrinkle around there. Okay. Now there's wrinkles on this one too. I'm just going to get my liner brush, go into like a darkish brown, medium brown, purpley colour. Just want to get in, there's just a little bit more, some darker colours, some wrinkle. It's just very subtle. That'll do for now. I'm getting straight white because there is, I'll mix it actually with a little bit of violet. There's like this lighter little highlight just coming up in the hands in places. very subtle, but it is there. On the tips of the fingers. Just makes it a little bit. All right. Back into, I've just gone into straight black here because this is incredibly dark here. And I really need to make this finger stand out. I'm just gonna, just in this area here, you see. Okay. This is a long video, guys. So, it's really hoping to get, I'm just going to go straight into white now because I really just want to show you how I would get in more of the highlights for the robe. And I'm just, you know, I'm pressing quite lightly on the brush, and I'm just coming in, making where there's some areas like without covering up all the previous mark making that I did. So I'm just kind of can always, or you could just go in with it completely blocked in, and then you can just add, wait for it to dry and add the wrinkles and that on top. Whatever, however you want to do it. It's all going to work. So, yep. And you can see that there is robe under here, but it does go a little bit darker. But anyway, you can always darken it up with a stain or something. I'm just going to add a bit of the orangey color that it is there for this lower bit over the top. All right, I might leave the video there today because it is extremely long. So this is the acrylic part of the video. I might just do a little bit of the background just to show what I would do. Basically, it's quite cloudy, and I'm going to do my burnt umber. I'm going to put in some violet into that, and I'm going to add a tad of black as well. It is quite a dark color. I'm basically just going to paint that color in right now. Right around, this is a good way to clean up the outside of your robe, and you can start defining the robe a bit more. Okay, so you can see he's starting to stand out a lot more. And I'll just quickly go into the other side with that because quite dark. Even though we haven't finished this side of the robe yet, it doesn't matter. Just get this color in. It's one step you don't have to do later. And I'll start, because you know these are clouds, so I'm going to start diffusing the edges until I run out of paint there. I'll do the same with this side. Make sure that you could use an older brush for this section. Then I'm going to, well, you start to get lighter clouds as well. I'm just going to add a bit of white to that color I just did, or a lot more white. Let a bit of the yellowy colors go into it a little bit. I'm just going to lighten some areas up. I'm just winging this, guys. I'm making it up on the fly. I really am. I'm just getting paint down. Always just start, you know, might even start to go over and mix into that darker color just made. You could even go in using your fingers, or if that doesn't work out, doesn't matter. It's just getting a layer of acrylic down. Going to go into the warm yellow and a bit of burnt sienna, and even a bit of white. Some nice sunny color in here. Just get it in there, okay? There is a cross there. We can always paint the cross in again. So just going to go completely over it. Make sure I've got this color. And I'm just now going to kind of make it extend out. Got a little bit mixed in with the darker color. It doesn't matter. So imagine where you'd like those clouds to be. The lighter clouds, so get some of it in. Wherever you're wanting to see that color, that's what I'm doing. Clouds aren't the easiest thing to do. They can be quite challenging for people, including me. But right now, we just want to get paint down, so it really doesn't matter. It's just about getting some bit of lightness around Jesus there. And I'm just going to get some white in that center area now, because that part will be lighter. So I'm just going to kind of do this because it's kind of like sun rays. You can do whatever you like. I've just painted over his hair there, so just if that happens, just do that. It's no big deal. And that is a good start for what is to come. Go back into your warm orange if you want. Wax some of that in there. Just get colour in there. Or you could do any kind of pattern mark making you like to make it a bit more interesting. You can do dabs. You can do little Van Gogh kind of marks. It doesn't matter. Okay. And I know this comes down in here behind him. And then once you've done that, if you want to, I would actually just leave that to dry. At least you've got something down. I'd leave that to dry now. And what I do want to do is just come around this shoulder here. Yeah. You can go over the edges to diffuse them. So it's just kind of more of a blended look. Nothing's like really outlined. And this part will get really white glowing around the cross. So that's all I'm going to do today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Bye.